I went up in the attic at my mother's house and found some boxes. And in these boxes, World War journals. I found letters. I found medical records. I even found my dad's baby teeth.
Wow.
And I started to get a picture of the man, so I wanted to find out more. I wasn't able to get much from my mother, but I asked her, was there a friend, was there anybody who knew my father? The only name she could give me was a guy named Henry. And Henry was a typesetter. He worked for my dad, but on a small paper. Everybody knows everybody. So Henry knew my dad, not just as the boss, but as a friend. And I spent a lot of time talking to Henry.
Were you able to get any of your questions answered?
My dad's father died when he was 6. I think I told you that. What I didn't tell you, because I didn't know it, was that his stepfather was a son of a bitch. Guy was a drunk, beat my grandmother, and evidently this got to my dad, because at some point when he was 12 or 13 years old, he shoves this guy up against the wall and tells him, you touch my mother and I'll kill you.
12 years old.
I mean, tough guy, hard guy, hard working man. 15, the stepfather died, and my dad quit school, goes to work. Why? Because someone's got to take care of his mother. But he doesn't stop there. He goes back to school. He pays his own way through college, goes to school at night, works during the day, goes to school at night. Then he has this dream of starting a business. But again, what I didn't know was that he had a partner originally, and the partner cleaned him out. My father had nothing. Whatever investment he put in went with the partner. Again, my father picks himself up, goes back to work, starts over again. I asked Henry, what kind of a guy was he? And what kind of a guy was my dad? I said, what I know of my father is a hard-working, not very emotional guy. Henry says he was tough, he was hard, didn't show a whole lot of emotion. I want to show you something. This is a picture that came out of the box. It's my father's baby picture. Looks just like me.
Is that right?
We could be twins. It's uncanny. And it started to make me think about a lot of things. But I kept trying to get out of Henry, but what made him laugh? What made him...
What animated him?
What got him going? And Henry said he saw him cry only once. It was the time... The day I was born, my father shut down the newspaper. Everybody was at the hospital. My father held me in his arms and cried. He cried. He was so happy that I...
It's okay. Let it go. Let it come.
He was happy that I was born.
No. Sounds like you found out that he really did care about you after all.
Yeah. I didn't know that. That was my dad.
So it sounds like you've come a long ways from thinking of him as somebody who just didn't care about you, couldn't be bothered, you know, to now realizing how much he cared. How do you feel?
Relief? Yes, kind of that I was important to him.
It's a wonderful feeling, isn't it? I wonder, you've come so far in your understanding of your father and seeing him, you know, first as a man who obviously cared deeply about his own family, about his own mother, and who pulled himself up by his own bootstraps, and someone who really cared about you. Yeah. Does that do anything to your fear of there being a family curse of uncaring men?
Well, maybe it's a blessing that I think we're a family of pretty good men.
Pretty good men. Yeah.
Makes me, I just feel like that whole curse is lifted. I don't have that curse.
We can never know whether Henry's recollections were accurate, but that is really beside the point. The important thing is that Raymond was able to get what he felt he needed, some confirmation that his father was a caring man, in order to free himself from the idea that there was a family curse of uncaring fathers.